You guys have seen flat track riding, right? It looks like this. It is absolutely insane and definitely something I am not personally ready for. Here's my problem. REV'IT just asked us if we wanted to go to a moto academy where they teach us to do slides like that. I'm too brand new to the dirt space. I can barely ride an ADV bike. Luckily, I've got a guy in the shop that is super into ADV riding, and I think this is gonna be right up his alley. Also, I would bust my ass, so I'm sending him instead. Beau, you ready to do some flat track riding? Wait, I wanna go.
So this was a pretty unique experience. It was in Orlando, Florida, which isn't that far away from us, so I decided to ride down there on the Tiger. Got to the hotel and was presented with another unique opportunity, which was that this wasn't journalists and content creators. It was content creators and the industry, the dealer network, the people selling the gear to the people. We were talking about the new stuff coming down the pipeline with the people who are actually going to sell it. They did send over some of the stuff from their first generation dirt lineup that I got to test out, including the pants, the jersey, gloves. But the big ticket item for me was the $800 pair of boots they sent out. Now, I didn't want to ruin them, because if you've ever seen flat track, it's pretty tough on boots. I had asked them if they got damaged to be replaced. Not only did they tell me, hey, don't worry about it, they're not gonna be damaged, but they also promised to replace them if they were. Spoiler alert, they're absolutely fine, and now I have no concern whatsoever about beating the living crap out of these things. We did all this, got dinner, went to sleep, woke up, and then headed to the facility where Johnny Lewis, a American flat track champion, the dude's been racing since he was like 14 years old. He's also the development writer for Royal Enfield.
Hey everyone, Johnny Lewis here, out of the Moto Anatomy training facility here in Central Florida. Today, we got the REV'IT dealers on hand, teaching them how to slide. We got the Royal Enfields, we're doing the slide school. It's gonna be a good day. Let's have some fun.
Introduces us to the bikes, introduces us to the facility, and kind of shows us around. The bikes, since he is a Royal Enfield development writer, are based on the Scram 411. Now, the ones that he has there are highly modified over years of working with Royal Enfield to develop this into a race bike. But he also had some of the stock Scram 411s and a Himalayan there, which are all the same platform. The main focus for his training from the word go, and it was very repetitive all the way through, was body position, a thing he called crack on crack. So the first half of the instruction, just body position. What your lower half is doing, what your upper half is doing, how you're supposed to be positioning yourself, and he just kind of showed this while sitting on the bike, and then had us do the same thing to kind of just get used to how they sit on these bikes. It is much different than what I'm used to with ADV riding or street riding. It was kind of counterintuitive to what I had experienced for the last like 10 years.
What we're gonna work on is basically sitting, I call it crack on crack. So my butt crack is on the outside right side of the seat. As we're riding, the first thing that I think about doing is when I'm coming into the corner is get my leg out. Because I'm sitting in this position, it's a lot easier just to open this leg up. I'm actually sitting so side saddle on the motorcycle in the middle of the corner that my leg's actually hanging up because it's like thigh is almost sitting on the seat. My butt's not even sitting on the seat. Just like when you're riding off-road and you're standing up, you should be toes into the side and you're using your knees to move the motorcycle. We're kind of doing the same theory, but we're just pushing the bike down, holding the load. So when we go into the corner and you get this big old slide going in, you already have tension pushing the bike down. So if it caught something, it doesn't want to just stand up. But let's walk over and sit on the bikes, and I'll get you in the proper position first, and then we'll get going. So you're gonna move forward even more? Yep. Switch, and let's put your right leg up on the peg, and let's rotate the hips even more. and try to focus on driving that knee into the tank.
My hand immediately went for a front brake, and then I felt the rest of my hand, and I was like, there's something very important missing on the front end of this bike. That's going to be, I think, the biggest thing to get over with. After we familiarized ourselves with the bikes and the body position and stuff like that, it was drill time. It was introducing each one of these things step by step. We just go around the track, go around the track, adjusting our body position. We weren't even worried about sliding or anything like that. It was just getting used to how it felt to be on this bike, going in this track, and using your body to kind of leverage against the bike. After probably about an hour, hour and a half of these drills just to get used to how the bikes are behaving and how the body position was, then it was introducing the slide, where to introduce it, and then just drilling that for another 30, 45 minutes, just taking laps as groups.
So the theory of flat track is, the slide is to change direction of the motorcycle. That's really why we do it. It also then helps to scrub speed and slow the motorcycle down. It's not just for Instagram photos. So my goal is to get you to basically go down the straightaway, take traction off the motorcycle by kind of getting that initial lean angle, leaning the bike over. We're getting back on top of the motorcycle to gain the traction back to the tires. So then when we pick the throttle up, we have weight and traction to that back tire. So when we go, okay, we want to go, the tire either, hooks up 100%, or we have that control of, okay, we want to counter steer a little bit, but we're upright, so we can get a little more aggressive with the throttle. We can step the rear end of the motorcycle out, and we control it. That's two ways of riding. We want to be either controlled, really hooked up and being that smooth with it, or once we get confident, we can get a little more aggressive with the throttle and get the rear to kind of counter steer a little bit.
And then we broke for lunch. Fun fact, the guy cooking lunch brought out swords.
What?
Yeah, I don't know much about cooking or grilling, but when I see swords, I think something pretty serious is about to go down. And sure enough, it was a Brazilian guy doing buffet style stuff and skewers. It was amazing. So we had lunch, all kind of chit-chatted, just kind of got to know each other a little bit better. Hung out for a little bit, and then after that, it was a kind of short break for the influencers. The media team, 360 Media, decided to take a van and a guy with a gimbal and a camera hanging out the back, and we went kind of on a miniature ADV ride with the other. There was like 4 of us, the influencer variety, and we just kind of went out and bombed Central Florida off-road riding. The rest of the people took the stock Scram 411s. I decided, since it's there and I don't often have the opportunity, take the Himalayan and see what that's all about. It was a good time. We had a lot of fun, and oddly enough, that led into the rest of the day because I became more comfortable with the bike and how it performed. We did more drills, and that was the end of the day. What I took away from it is what I want to share with Chase, because the whole point of this was to see what I could take away from flat track racing, which is not something I'm generally interested in doing, but the skills could translate into ADV riding. So what I want to do now is I want to pull Chase in, and we're going to have a conversation about the 3 biggest takeaways for me as it pertains to the riding that we're going to be doing this year with Adventure Bros.
made it back in one piece, I think. Look at you.
Yeah, mostly.
All right, what did you learn from slide school? And thank you for going so I didn't have to hurt my own body.
There were actually 3 big takeaways from it. The first of which is the actual slide itself.
Okay,
Right.
Seems terrifying.
It does seem terrifying to initiate a slide on purpose. Counter to what I thought, it's not about sliding through the turn, like out of the turn and just gassing it and get a lot of wheel spin.
Right.
It's actually about controlling the angle of attack.
Like the angle of the motorcycle?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
there's math and smarts going on.
There's a
Got it.
lot of physics, and everything has to work in conjunction to make sure that slide, while it is a kind of an out-of-control maneuver,
Right.
to be able to control it. The whole idea is to get as much straightaway as you possibly can. They want you on this small track to bang against the rev limiter by the time you're in the next turn.
Right. The whole point of this ridiculous action is so you can take a donut and turn it into a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like an oval now.
Very similar situation to how you ride a super sport on road where you want to straighten out a turn.
Yeah.
Outside situation.
You're kicking
Okay.
the apex so that you can get as much straightaway to the next apex as
Right.
possible.
How long did it take you to get to the point where you were just, or did you get to the point where in the day you were comfortable with a slide? Or was it always kind of like...
There was a like a eureka moment.
Mm-hmm.
The rear brake, even ADV riding,
Mm-hmm.
your rear brake is used for stability
Yep.
and added braking to accentuate the front brake.
Okay.
There's no front brake on these bikes.
There is no front brake to accentuate with the rear brake. Okay.
So, controlling your speed,
Right.
you have 2 options.
Eat shit,
It's engine braking and your rear brake.
or the third option.
Eat shit.
Yeah.
This was kind of eye-opening, and it also piggybacked on an idea that I took away from Chase T, friend of the channel.
Yep.
And we were riding on a gravel road, and I was feeling very uncomfortable on loose surface. And he's like, trail your rear brake. That helps give you...
Trail means slightly give it some
and
rear
that
brake.
helps give your bike a little bit more stability.
Okay.
That helped a lot.
Okay.
This is that times 100.
Yeah, you're forced to because you
Yeah.
don't have the other option.
For the first hour of this, I was riding like I normally would, which is I'm modulating my throttle and my rear brake
Right.
at the same time.
Yeah.
Was not sliding. It wasn't until I dumped the throttle and there was zero
Total
input.
none.
Yep.
Okay.
While still applying same light pressure on the rear brake.
Right.
That's when the bike started to slide. It was the relationship between the rear brake and the throttle that was the eureka moment, because in order to regain control and start getting traction to move forward,
Right.
I reintroduce a little bit of throttle while I'm still trailing.
That's a lot of stuff going on for
There
you
was
to...
so much going on, and
I mean,
this was
so-
a very condensed version of his course. Now, the fascinating part about all of this, and that eureka moment came right before we went and did the little ADV ride,
Okay. The 4-up? Mm-hmm. Okay.
it translated 1-to-1. We were on sugar sand,
Yeah.
on not super off-road tires.
Right.
They were on stock Scram 411s. I was on a Himalayan. Not a problem. It felt natural to be able to understand how to stand it back up, how to get it to actually initiate a slide and control it. And it was a really eye-opening experience to see my whole goal was to go down there and learn the thing that applied to what we're going to be doing with Venture Bros. All right, so the third and final point, and we kind of touched on it just then,
Right.
which was how does this apply to ADV riding?
The kind of riding you want to do,
Right.
over here, back at home. Okay.
Exactly. Reiterating the kind of lessons that I've taken from Chase T and now this slide school, it is not to be afraid of those low traction environments,
Right.
but more importantly, how to control it so that you can use it to your advantage.
Right. So what you're telling me is that when we finally get to do Adventure Bros this year, and I eat shit and I watch you just drift away in your traction, I can be like, I should have gone to slide school.
At the end of the day, the small little lessons that I learned, it's not a theoretical how does it apply to ADV, because I got to feel those things.
Cool. Final thoughts?
Yeah, it was fun. Like, and
It was fun.
roll credits.
Credits are rolling as you're talking.
I will say this, though. I mean, the whole point was to kind of show. I mean, Johnny Lewis is a REV'IT rider, so the whole point was to show off REV'IT gear and kind of do a showcase of it.
Right.
This was just a cool way they're going to show it. They did send out that dirt gear. I said it before earlier in this video. Those boots, all trepidation gone.
Yeah. You guys, I know Beau said it, but before he left, he was vehemently like, I'm not taking my boots. I was lucky enough to get these $800 boots. I am not taking them to go do flat track. So when REV'IT was nice enough to be like, look, nothing's going to happen to your boots, but if they do, we got you. And then he comes back and he's like, hey, those boots, yeah, they're actually great.
Yeah.
Which they should be for that price.
They
but,
should be.
Yeah.
And they were. But also the pants that we both have.
Yep.
The
Peninsula pants?
Yeah, the Peninsula pants that are like an MX style. And that new dope yellow jersey.
Bro, let me tell you.
And those yellow gloves.
I have been counting the days that the weather gets nice here and an ADV bike is in the shop because I got all this gear late in the year when it was cold.
It was a fantastic trip.
Shout out to REV'IT for the opportunity.
Because it was kind of a last minute kind of ask.
Yeah.
And, you know, you weren't willing or able.
Also, if you guys want to check out the gear that Beau is rocking right now, we'll have links in the comments down below. Nice job, man.
Thank you.
I look forward to putting into practice the things that you learned, because my body's not hurt. We'll see you guys on the next one. If you got to this point in the video, you're in the outro crew. Ask us a question, whatever you want, in the comments down below. Put OC so we know you made it in the outro crew, and I'll make Beau answer all the questions.
Oh, wow.
Every single one of them.
Wow.
Not every single one of them, but
time.
whatever questions he has time for.
Yeah.
Because he's an expert. Internet expert.
Rode one time, ate shit twice.
One time, ate shit twice. Expert. Okay, bye.